Zoom cares that the designated host of a meeting be in attendance at the meeting. It's a structural issue for them, and one aspect of it is that if you're using any of the privileges that come with a paid pro license, which is awarded through Colby, they want to know that the user who has that license is in attendance. These privileges include muting and unmuting other users, authorizing cloud recording, letting participants share their screens, admitting people from waiting rooms, and of course the all-important letting the meeting extend past 40 minutes if there's more than two people in it. For folks who are accustomed to entering a meeting by clicking on a link in a calendar entry or in an email, this can lead to one bewildering breakdown because Zoom is designed to be easy to use and designed to let people in the door. So here's the two scenarios I'm talking about. This is a meeting that I set up. I'm the host. I'm going to go ahead and click on this meeting link, and the meeting's going to launch. And see, everything's beautiful. The machine recognizes that I'm the host. One regular tell of that is that I can share my screen. It's also true that I have cloud recording privileges. Everything in this scenario has worked well. All right, I'm going to do this again with one subtle change and point out what the problem can be. So I'm now back at the same page, clicking on the same link, which is opening the same web page, all the same process. And now the subtle difference that I'm referring to, there is no user here called host. I don't have cloud recording capacities, and the real tell that we often hear is that when I go to share my screen, I get this message, host disabled participant screen sharing. Well, why? I'm the same person in the same chair. What's different? The rest of this video is intended to tell you what's different and how you fix it. So I find that the source of the confusion tends to be this. Zoom again made the decision to make it easy to use their product by clicking on a link in a calendar entry or an email. But Zoom is a program that runs on your computer that's doing the heavy lifting in the same way that Microsoft Word is a program that you open to write a letter, or Photoshop is a program that you open to work on pictures. And it matters to Zoom whether you're signed in to your program, in this instance using your Colby credentials. Okay, this is the sure tell. When you open the Zoom app, and if it's not at your fingertips, you can always grab it at zoom.us/download. If it opens and you've got these two buttons, join a meeting and sign in, that's a sure sign that Zoom doesn't have any credentials stored for you, so it can't honor those credentials. Once you hit sign in, you're going to hit this button on the top right, sign in with SSO. It's going to ask for a company domain, and if it isn't pre-filled, you're typing Colby and hitting the blue continue button. That's going to launch a window over here in your web browser, and if you're already logged into colby.edu, it'll recognize you. If it doesn't, it'll just ask you for your Colby credentials there and bounce you back over to Zoom. This more robust interface is a sign that Zoom recognizes us, and for sure we can click here in the top right, see your name and your Colby email address. Going back to our very beginning, when I am logged in to Zoom and they recognize my credentials having logged in through SSO, and I then click on a Zoom meeting in a calendar or another text source, the meeting launches, which it did before, but the Zoom app locally recognizes me and applies my credentials, which means that I'm honored as the host and everything's perfect and the world is beautiful.